Whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you're all sitting in the movie, right? And it's getting really good, and you're leaning forward in your chair, and the hero's about to win, or whatever, and then you're sharply brought back to reality. And then after the ringing finally stops, you're treated to a conversation about the movie. Yeah, no, I'm in the movie, I can't talk. No, I can't talk right now. Oh my gosh, you really did that? Look, I'll talk to you later. So you're a bit ticked off because your movie was ruined, and then you're driving home. And there's a guy in front of you, and he's going really slow and kind of swerving and just barely avoiding going into oncoming traffic. And you're pretty sure this guy's drunk, so you're going to pass him so you don't get into an accident. And as you pass him, you look at him, and he's going like this. Texting. So, today I'm going to talk to you about dangerous and just plain rude cell phone behaviors. I'm going to cover talking on your cell phone while you're driving, talking on your cell phone in a public place, and maybe one of the most common ones these days is using your cell phone in class. So, the most dangerous and I know. The most dangerous and probably most alarming of all of them is driving. Most people today just can't seem to get from point A to point B without being on their cell phones. And according to an article, statistics, 73% of people admit that they drive while using their cell phones. And a statistic says that 25% of auto accidents are caused by cell phone usage. And if an American gets in an accident every 10 seconds, that's like statistics, that's 60 a minute, 3,600 in an hour, 84,400 in a day. And so 25% of them is 21,600 accidents that could be avoided if you just would turn your cell phone off. The other one that is just probably my biggest pet peeve out of them all is public places. I don't want to hear your conversation while I'm watching a movie. I paid money for that movie. I want to know what's going to happen. And I really don't want to know how your day is going as I'm standing in line in the grocery store and you're ignoring the cashier who's taken the time to check you out. Okay, you need to know what the oregano is and how much to buy. I can understand using your cell phone. And 87% of people say that the most common pet peeve of theirs is rude cell phone behavior in public. And the weirdest statistic is that 38% of people think it's okay to use a cell phone in a public bathroom, which is just kind of gross when you think about like everything that goes into it. And I'm pretty sure the majority of them are women because they can't seem to go to the bathroom alone. Like they even have to talk to someone who's not even at the table or with them or anything. So with that being said, the very last one is using your cell phones in class. I don't really see the benefit of this personally, and I'm guilty of it, like probably everybody here is. I mean, we pay for the class, and our teachers are taking the time to teach us. We might as well pay attention, or at least pretend we're paying attention, and make our teachers think they're important. So with all that being said, just turn your cell phones off. In class, those texts can wait until you're driving home. And if you really have a problem with this these days, there are cell phone anonymous groups, and you should probably look those up.
Do you want to go? Everybody welcome on. I don't look at it.
That LG watch phone. It's a watch with a touch screen. It's like color.
I love
I was like that.
Andy, it's like what time is it? Oh, it doesn't have time. It's the phone.
I don't understand why you want it.
I'm sure you can find it
Rebecca, you are very active and engaged when you start the speech. I think your facial expressions are animated and they draw us into the presentation immediately. All the structural stuff is really fine. You've got a clear goal, an excellent preview. For the most part, I thought the contents were very solid. Some of it you could elaborate on a little bit, maybe fatten it up a bit, but the material was good on those individual points. I was a little surprised because you had several things in your hand, notes that you looked like you were going to refer to, and I think you made a vague reference to them once or twice, but for the most part you didn't need them. So if you're not going to use them and you don't need them, get them out of your hands, and then you're going to feel less like, oh, I've got to have this, and you're going to be, I think, a little more engaged with the audience. Like I said, the facial expressions are good. Your audience, your eye contact, very good with me, you know, but there are other people in the room too, and I think you're so focused on the center of the room that you don't really pay much attention to the people on the periphery, and they're part of this as well. And so maybe changing the orientation of your body, looking over at people occasionally, trying to scan the audience would be a good strategy for that. You're animated in your voice, there's a lot of variety in your pitch, and so all of those things are pretty solid. The one place that I see anxiety coming out is in your foot movement. You kind of are bouncing up on one foot and then on the other foot, and so you're having fun, so it doesn't look too bad because it's really kind of, you're talking about this subject and you're bouncing a little bit on those kinds of things, but it can be a little distracting, and I think if you were in more control, you'd feel more confident, and the audience probably wouldn't feel quite as awkward about it, too. All right, thank you.